Hello guys and welcome back to my channel, and on this one today we will be reviewing Doctor Who and the Devil's Chord. So I watched this episode twice. Yes, I watched it for the second time. Yes, it was painful, just so I could get some facts right. I am not going to go too deeply into this episode because most of you have seen it. From the off, I can tell you that this episode is a total shit show.
This couldn't get any worse.
Now, Jinx Monsoon playing the maestro camps it up all the way through. Now, you would expect that from a drag queen, and that's exactly what we got, guys. I mean, I thought maybe they won't camp it up so much. Maybe we won't have any of the, the pronouns crap. Maybe this will be good. I mean, did I judge this before I watched the episode? I'm not sure. I was willing to give this one a go. I was hoping that it was going to be good. I mean, personally, I've been to see drag shows before and they are entertaining. But this, I'm afraid, was just cringe.
This is dumb.
Monsoon just overacted all the way through this episode, trying to be too clever, trying to be too menacing, when it all just came off as camp, and some scenes were just sheer cringe. I mean, when Monsoon had Ruby up in the air, I mean, I'm not even going to go into the obvious sex noises, and when he put the notes in his mouth and sucked them off.
Fuck off.
And he made that little noise at the end. That was utter cringe.
It can't get any worse.
That should have been edited out. That is not for family viewing. All the adults will know what that is all about, and the kids will copy it. We don't want that for our children. And this is Russell T Davies's fault, because he is sexualizing this show. No doubt about it. That's what he's doing. Because he's a gay man, he wants everything in the show to be about either transgender, lesbians, gays, their rights. And the bad guy will be the white straight male, of course. White man will die in episodes to come, you can guarantee it. And you'll see people of colour, you'll see transgender women, you'll see non-binary, you'll see they, them, all the way through these episodes. And they're going to kill Doctor Who. They're finally going to bury Doctor Who 6 foot under, cover him over, dance on his grave, and say, fuck you.
Fuck off.
Because it seems to me that's what this guy wants. Russell T Davies should have been sacked. If I'd have been one of the producers of the show and I'd have seen that when I went for the viewing, I would have said no. That needs to be re-edited. Even if I had to shoot new scenes, I would do it. That's how bad it was. It starts off with this music teacher playing the Devil's Chord, as you know, which is a thing, because I checked and I didn't know before this episode, but it is a thing. And then, for some reason, this character appears when you would think that people just learning the piano or the keyboard would hit this note hundreds of times. Yet this person never appeared. But anyway, we'll get back to this really, really crap story. So this person appeared. It turns out that this boy that's being taught by the teacher is the son of the maestro for some reason. That's really not explained.
Really? Really?
When the school teacher asks this character, "Who are you?" he just says, "My notation is maestro." And then this character says, or corrects the teacher, saying, when he said, "He, get away from him," he went, "them." So he's either a them or his notation is maestro. Wouldn't his notation be them or maestro, one or the other, not both? That one confused me a little bit. I had to look back at it. I think most people missed that.
This is dumb.
If I remember rightly, I think the school teacher was called Timothy Drake, Mr. Timothy Drake. And the maestro tells him that he was a genius because he found the Devil's Chord. I mean, that's just the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I'm sure I've hit the Devil's Chord many times when I was learning to play the piano or the keyboard. No one crawled out of my piano. Certainly no drag artist. That would have been a shock. Anyway, as we follow along with this episode, it just goes from bad to worse. And again, the Doctor runs away saying, I cannot fight this thing. And he tries to hide. I mean, this is what it's come to with Russell T Davies. This is where it's come to with modern Doctor Who. It seems like the Doctor is frightened of his own shadow. Every single time, it's just like, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. Whereas in the past, the Doctor would always try to find a way. In this episode, the Doctor just runs away saying, I cannot fight this thing, and he tries to hide. No, I don't think so. That is not the Doctor. Right, and next. What can I say about this, guys? Yes, they end up at AMI Studios, which turns out to be Abbey Road Studios, and where they meet the Beatles.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, Russell T Davies has a thing about the Beatles, doesn't he? I mean, Ruby Sunday, off Ruby Tuesday from the Beatles. I mean, I don't know what it is. He's obsessed about the Beatles. He's even said this in an interview that he's mad on the Beatles. Now, they go into the Abbey Road Studios, meet the Beatles, and they're singing about a dog. Yes, guys, they're singing about a dog. But even though the song is so bad and funny and cringy, it is funny, I did laugh, it is cringy. But the thing is, Maestro has removed all music from the world. He consumes music. No one else can play music, but they're still playing music in the music studio, in Abbey Road Studios. Even though it's a song about a dog, it's still a song. It didn't make sense. He was contradicting himself all the way through this episode. Then we get on to the battle with the Doctor and the Maestro. A music battle where the Doctor's just playing music on a keyboard and Ruby joins in, and ultimately they defeat the Maestro, this magician in music, and the Doctor and Ruby defeat him. Sorry, they, them, him. So that didn't make sense. Near the climax, the Doctor, with Ruby's help, figures out how to banish the Maestro through music. Of course, the Maestro goes back into the piano and disappears. Then we have one of the most cringe-worthy scenes I have ever seen in Doctor Who, the dance-off. Oh my God. This was awful. I don't have a clue why this was in this episode. Maybe Gatwa had this in his contract, because we know he's into musicals. He was in the Barbie film. Okay, to summarise, what did I think of this episode? I think it could have worked. I think the concept is pretty good. It really could have. I mean, if you think about the character Maestro in this episode, it could have worked. The actor was just so aggressive. Everything that he did, everything was shouty. There was nothing menacing about him at all. He just come over as very camp, very shouty, and very weird. The weird bit would have worked, but the campy, shouty stuff, no. This person wasn't great in this role. I know this is a drag artist. Why couldn't they just hire a very good character actor to play this part? I don't think this guy's an actor. Yeah, he is a performer, you can see that, just in the way he does things. But it's too much on TV, on the small screen. On stage, everything is bigger, everything is bolder. Any actor out there who's watching this, you'll understand what I mean. On TV, you have to be more subtle. Smaller is often better. It works better. It was just too much. And then we get the cringe fest at the end. The dance scene. What the hell was this doing in this show? It was just bloody awful. This isn't a remake of Grease. And you could see that Gatwa was absolutely loving it. But it was just awful. And I had to sit and watch that twice. Right, I mean, I could go more in depth on this review, but I'm not going to, because there just wasn't much content that I could give you. So, marks out of 10 for this one has to be a 4. For Space Babies, probably a 5. Now, the next one up is written by Moffat, I believe. So, hopefully, we will get less of the rainbow ideology from the alphabet people. I could be wrong. Well, anyway, guys, that's my review of Doctor Who The Devil's Chord. Now, if you disagree, just let me know in the comments. If you think that this is good for whatever reason, let me know in the comments. Have your say. It'd be great if you could like, share, and ring the little notification bell. And hopefully, guys, I will see you on the next one.